digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in a roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to this important news show. Yes, this is Dermot, aka Dermatron. I'm with my news colleague, Mr. Rayman. Yes, we do have some breaking news, guys. I'm sorry we're late. Tequila, if you're watching, we just got some big news in from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tequila, your wish has been granted. There we go. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I've done it, Tequila. I've done what you asked me to do. Sorry, I'm late. It's gone. It's to kaboot. White Hart Lane will be rebuilt in its image, and Enoch will be leaving the club. Alan Sugar will be coming back to be chairman of Tottenham Hotspur, because we've gone right back to how we were in the early 1990s. That's how I feel. That's how I feel that we've gone back to the 90s. But good evening, guys. Welcome to the show. A lot's happened today. Rain, how are you, Bod? Firstly.
I'm good, thank you very much. I'm very good. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Yeah. You see, yeah. See, Rain came with me. Rain was my lookout man. He done a very good job as well.
Just outed me. Now they've got something on me. You know, I thought my my balaclava was gonna save me from.
Well, you weren't. You had the clown. You had the clown sort of hat on backwards. It was supposed to be over your face, not at the back of your head. My one was on top of my head, so I don't know. I could talk.
That's because I asked Johan Lange before I turned up how to wear it, and unfortunately I listened to him.
Yeah. The only thing it did right was Vinay did give us the Benny Hill music while we were doing it. So big up to Vinay for getting something right. But anyway, Rain, how are you this evening, bud?
Very good, very good, very good, very good. Yeah. Don't have much to say. You know, been.
Yeah. No, we're sorry we're late. I was on a fan show and it ran a bit, so I apologize for half an hour late. We will try to keep this to the hour as we can. Guys, everyone's been asking me for what I said at the start of the show. I am getting it clipped up. I'm putting it through an AI clipping thing at the moment, so the show has been separated. I will get down to it on Friday because I'm not here tomorrow, and I will get it up as its own little segment thing. Right, so let's welcome a few people in, and then we will get discuss today's news. Big up to Giant. It says big up to Mo. It says I see the club looking to replace Paratici. Yeah, I'm going to get on to that. So we are going to talk. It says Lang and Vinay was Lang's vid, but it was predictable. It really. I watched it and I tuned out after about a minute. I thought here comes the usual BS. Big up the legend that is Rain. There you go. You're a legend now. There you go. What do you reckon? What do you say to Giant 68? Thank you.
There must be two of us. I have yet to meet them.
Who? A legend.
Another Rain. I'm very. I thought I was unique. I'm clearly not.
No, you are. You are unique. There's only one Rain. There won't be another one. Evening, boys. City 3, Newcastle 0. Oh, Jesus. City have really put them to the sword. Big summer ahead. Yeah, right. Yeah, we are going to talk about that as well. 8 minutes of crap for. I only lasted a minute, by the way, Simon. I couldn't watch anymore. A minute was enough for me. It was. So do hit the like, guys. Who do hit the subscribe if you can. Rain, let's start on Lang. I did make some notes, by the way.
Did you?
I did. Believe it or not, I made some notes for it. Now, the first thing he came out with, which I thought, fecking hell, what a donut, said only 33 Premier League player transfers happened. I mean, why would he first thing come out and say that? Then he says the Lewis family is willing to invest into the club. Yeah, where? We haven't seen it. Have they lost it down the back of their chair or something? Have they lost the credit card? I love this bit. We tried to get players. How many times have we heard that over the years? And then the last bit is wait for the summer. So, I mean, what did you reckon of it, Wayne? Rain. For me, I think it was just a waste of time, everyone's time. What did you reckon of it?
Do you want the 30-second version, or do you want the 20-minute rant? Do you want the rant? Do you want the rant?
Hang on a minute. Hang on. I just want to hang on before we get started. Hang on. Okay, do the 20-second rant. I just wanted to get this out and being shown. Hang on, there we go. Enoch out. So there you go. Look at that. Go on, give your 20-second rant.
I'm 20-second rant. I'm not sure I can rant in 20 seconds. I'm getting tired. Yeah. I find there's certain people's voices that grate.
He's one of them.
And I hate to say it, but Johan Lange is one of them.
Yeah.
He talks and he talks and he talks, and I see his mouth moving. I see his lips flapping, and I just don't believe a word. I just don't. It's all corporate crap that comes out of his mouth, and I'm sorry, but it's also lies. The idea that other football clubs are heavily investing in youth in the way that we do, and promise. Was it promise or prospect? I can't remember.
No, promised.
Was it promise or prospect? I think
it was promised.
Okay, well, it was one of the two. Okay, so maybe anyway. Either way, same word about Sousa.
Yeah.
The other clubs don't do it. The other clubs, Villa, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Newcastle. None of these clubs have a youth-centric transfer model. Oh.
Yes, I was going to welcome in. Yes, we have the return of Simon Jordan, which I'm delighted. I'm delighted he's here tonight. Did you see what I've done for you earlier, Tequila?
Nah, mate, I just got back home. What did I miss?
There, I've done it for you. I destroyed it for you.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Is that AI generated there, mate?
Yeah.
or that just a vision of your dreams? Both our dreams.
I just thought seeing that might show you that we've actually we might have done something today. But yeah, great to see you back, bud. Really is great to have you back on. Yeah, I needed my Simon Jordan. Jim White on his own is no good without Simon Jordan. We do need it.
How are we doing? This is my first show in 2026. I missed all the. Let me rephrase that. I missed all of the excitement of the transfer window.
Did you see the nipples being shown?
Yeah, I clipped it, mate.
Look, I'm going to get back on my rant, right? The idea, because he said every other club, like every other club does. They don't. They don't. I've gone and checked. They don't buy young players. They don't. They buy they buy players who are going to go into their first team. That's what they do. It's so frustrating that he's peddling out that lie when it's just patently false. It may well be that 10 years ago some of those clubs used to do a youth-centric model, but nobody does anymore. What people do is they go and buy players. What people who are in the top 6 do is they go and buy players who are ready to go into the first team. The only club that I can actually think that has a youth-centric transfer strategy is Chelsea, and that's because they spend 100 million on them and then put them out on loan. So to their own club, I find that guy so frustrating. Yes, he's right. Sorry, Tequila, you've come in, and I'm going to finish my rant. Okay. He's come in. He's right that Kudus, Paulinia, Zabi, Mwani was a miss, but you're going to get misses. Conor Gallagher, he's right that all of these players are the right profile player to uplift us. But the harsh reality is this guy's been with us for years and he is fixing his own bloody mess. That's the harsh reality. The desert that we've got in terms of experience and quality is a direct result of Johan Lange. So I'm not letting him get away with, we've done something right in the last couple of months and not taking the mea culpa of why we're in this position in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, Tequila, look, we can. I think you're the first ones, to come out and said this board has to go. Levy, you said Levy was no good, and you're proven right at the end of that. You seem to be proven right in some of the things you have said about the club over the last sort of 12 months or so. Johan Lange's one of them. I mean, you were one of the few people to say, hang on, let's give these guys a chance. Is that chance now gone for you? Or are you still on the sort of thing, hang on, we have to give them the summer? I would love to know where you are on it, bud.
Yeah, I'm a little bit in the middle because I was pretty much preaching that I didn't particularly want them to spend money under this manager because I still believe in my heart of hearts. The only way that Thomas Frank is our manager next season, I honestly believe this, is if it's somehow he won the Champions League. If he won the Champions League, I'd say that's unfireable. You can't fire somebody who wins you the Champions League. Only maybe Real Madrid would ever do that, right? So on that unlikely situation, I just don't see. I think it's like in my mind, I'm like, at least I'm 90% sure that he's not our manager next season. So that's why I didn't want us to spend money, because I'm just fed up of us doing these club signings. However, to sell Brendan Johnson on more or less day one and not have an idea to bring in a replacement in that position is one of the stupidest things in my mind I've ever seen. And then to make it worse, to spunk the money, nearly all of it, on Conor Gallagher, who, whilst not a bad player, isn't particularly, to me, the kind of midfielder I think we needed. I think we needed more of a ball-playing midfielder, a passer of the ball, personally, which is not his profile. He's better than a lot of the other ones we've got. So whilst not a bad player, to actually use that money and not bringing a proper left winger, which, by the way, we know we badly needed at the end of the last window, that does suggest to me that it's just more of the same. So I think it is more of the same. I mean, they're going to get the summer no matter what now, because the window's closed. So they're going to get till the summer, aren't they? So we'll have to wait and see for that. But for me, I think it's more of the same, Demo, if that answers your question. It looks that way, that it is more of the
it-
same.
It does look that way, doesn't it? And look, we all want our best for Tottenham Hotspur, don't we? I do, you do, Tequila, you do, Rain. We all want the best. We were all around when Alan Sugar was at the club. Maybe you bit at the tail end of the 90s, Tequila, I think, under Ginola and that sort of George Graham era.
Yeah.
But me and Rain had the Jerry Francis, the Christian Grosses. I do apologise, Mrs. Tron is snoring in the background. If it is coming across the stream, I do apologise.
I did hear it, yeah.
Yeah, I know. She's there, Sparko.
That's how we all. That's how we all feel watching Spurs this season. So I don't.
I mean, should we just put her snoring to a Johan Lange, just not smoke and just have the snoring bit? But the point I'm trying to make is we've all been there under Sugar, and then Enoch came in, and Tequila, quote me if I'm wrong. Enoch's first thing they said was, and Rain as well, quote me if I'm wrong, our ambition is to get to the Champions League.
Yeah, I'll always remember the statement. I've said this to you before,
Yeah.
though, mate. I'll always remember the statement when Sol Campbell left. And they did this whole big statement about, oh, they're so sorry to see him. And then right at the end of it, I remember it was on Sky Sports News. Right at the end of it, they said, see you in the Champions League, Sol. I always remember it.
So,
that's all they cared about.
Yeah. Where are we then, guys, on this then? Where would look, one of the bits as well, right? And I will go back to you. I'll do Rain, you, Tequila, and then next question I'll swap it around. But it's one of them. We tried to get players. They had the big thing, didn't they, Thomas Frank? Oh, we did try to get Semenyo from. Please tell me, there was no hell chance he was coming to us. So why spout this BS? Seriously, where are you on it, Rain?
Well, exactly. I mean, we should have got Semenyo in the summer. That was the window to get. And these guys are incompetent. It's only so often that you can look back and say, in hindsight, that wasn't the right decision. Oh, at the time, it seemed like a reasonable decision. Oh, we're trying. We'll do better next time, without actually acknowledging that you made mistakes. In the summer, they should have gone all out and got Semenyo, right? They should have done. But for some reason, a Premier League, Premier proven, absolutely quality left winger who was available and nobody else went and got, wasn't at the top of their list. The players who were at the top of their list was Eze. Okay, that's fine. Morgan Gibbs-White. Okay, that's fine. But not a top quality left winger. And then all of a sudden he becomes flavour of the month, and everybody's like, "Oh, Semenyo is a good player, isn't he?" Well, some of us could have told you that in the summer, and their scouting team, you would have thought, would have told them that in the summer, but it's gone. The moment's gone. It's late. It's too late. And if you think you're going to compete with City or Liverpool for Semenyo, you're deluded. And for everybody who goes, just give them the money. What, you don't think the Man City can go, okay, we'll match that? Of course they can. Or Man City will go, we'll give you 20% less, but you're going to win things. Yeah. Who's he going to go to? These people are incompetent. They constantly make the wrong decisions. They constantly layer their, previous constantly layer new incompetence on top of previous incompetence, and then expect to be the ones to fix the problems that they've caused.
Yeah.
If I behave like that in my job, I wouldn't have a job very often.
Yeah, I mean, he's right, isn't he? Right, it is incompetent. Tequila, he's right, isn't it? It is incompetence. But isn't it more the Lewis family are incompetent than Johan Lange for hiring them in the first place, or Vinay? Isn't it? Are they more incompetent than what Johan Lange is?
I don't know if you can call them incompetent, because in order for me to think they're incompetent, it means I would have had to thought they were competent in the first place. And why would I think they were competent in the first place when none of them have any football knowledge? So
that's the
it's like
point.
if you don't hire anyone with football knowledge to actually hire other people with also having football knowledge, that is literally the blind leading the blind.
Mm.
If they can't see, then they're hiring more people who can't see. I guess the argument is, well, Lang should be able to see. I'm not sure. He's a bit like Stevie Wonder, isn't he? Lange
Yeah.
has got that Stevie Wonder when it comes to, has he got a great record of building squads? Didn't Villa improve after he left?
Yeah, they did.
Well,
Wasn't he
then,
at Arsenal as well? Or was that Vinay? Arsenal improved after Vinay left.
yeah, but even Vinay is Vinay really a football guy? He's more of a, is he really a football guy? In my mind, when I think of a football guy, I don't think he is either. We need,
No.
for years and years, we've needed somebody, a Spurs legend. I don't know who this person is, but somebody with a Spurs background who knows the club, knows football, to actually be almost a liaison. Not like Ledley King. I mean, more involved than someone like Ledley King. Somebody who's really involved in decision making at the club. Maybe they're not in charge of everything, but just a constant figure there who can guide some of these imbeciles. They might not be imbeciles in business, but they're imbeciles in football. I see no difference. Levy was an imbecile in football. He wasn't an imbecile in business. He was an imbecile in football, and he proved that time and again. Why would you think any of these Lewis kids are going to be any different? They might even be worse when it comes to being imbeciles in football.
They can't even make a decision on sacking the manager, guys. They can't even do that.
It's probably because they've got no idea, don't they? They're probably thinking to themselves, do we sack them or not? Who are we going to bring in? They don't know, because they don't even know what a good manager is, probably. They've got no idea.
Do you think then, the both of you, and this is to chat as well, big up to the Knights of the Republic, big up to Brenny, big up to James who's coming to the house, our colleague, big up to you, Jimbo, big up to Mark Taylor, big up to you, big up to Shawnee as well, big up Sean, Daniel, great to see you in. Everyone, please put in the chat, welcome back to Keeler. I want to see that in the chat. Welcome back to Spurs.
To be honest, Dermot, it's like he hasn't left. He's just coming in, and he's just spraying it all around. It's fantastic. I love it.
That's what I say. I keep calling him the Simon Jordan of this channel, and he is. He's the courage. He is the Simon Jordan. He knows he is. I'm Jim Wright. He's Simon Jordan. James is Danny Murphy. He's going to kill me for that comment.
Who does that make rain then? Who do you want to be, mate? Take your pick.
Oh my God.
Martin O'Neill.
Who was I the other day? Hannibal from the A-Team.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Emmanuel Petit. There you go. You can be Emmanuel Petit if you want to be him, I guess. But
I did call you BA, by the way, Tequila. I did say you were the BA of the A-Team, by the way. So I did give you that sort of.
I don't pity no fools. No.
Yeah, see what I mean? He pulls it off brilliantly. Then what was I going to say? Oh yeah, that was it. Then if Vinay then is incompetent then, and the board are incompetent and can't make a footballing decision, then surely doesn't that mean that you've said it, Rain? Then that we're rudderless, we're ownership, nobody knows what they're doing. So my question to you guys is a yes or no answer, and then we can probably go into more depth, and the chat do get involved. Are we missing Daniel Levy?
I mean, it's like, do you want a brown, round smelly thing, or a yellow round smelly thing? Really, isn't it? Isn't that what you're asking? It's like, it's okay. So Levy had us bouncing from. I'll be brutally honest, right? Okay, with my opinion, and Mark has said it in, we needed quality, and they went and got Conor Gallagher, and that's absolutely right. But the problem is, and I do think they're doing the right thing. I do think they're doing the right things. They're not panic buying. They're not. They're trying not to make. They're actually not making that many mistakes. The problem is they're not making that many mistakes because they're doing so little. And so much needs to be done. They need to really get the blowtorch out and set fire for our esteemed colleagues, in our esteemed colleagues' opinion, to so much of what's there. Like Basuma should not be at our football club, right? Richarlison should have been got rid of in the summer. Everyone knows that Richarlison wasn't going to be a top performer for us this year. He's constantly been injured for us. We should have just got rid of him and replaced him.
Mm.
And yeah, they're fixing their own problem. They are doing it right, but they're fixing the problems that they've caused. And
Yeah.
I don't trust Lange. I don't trust Lange one little bit. I see nothing that this guy has done or is doing that fills me with any confidence. He's got a less than 50% hit ratio on good players coming into our club.
Yeah. He has. I mean, Tequila, I mean, look, the Daniel Levy thing, we know he's trying to sell his shares. We are going to talk about that. I've got my thoughts on it as well. I did send you the clip, by the way, of him and Simon Jordan did have a brief exchange with Daniel. But do you feel the way Enoch or the Lewis family went round of getting rid of Daniel Levy? Do you think they've mishandled the Paratici debacle as well? Do you feel that him and Lang was never going to work? Do you feel we need to go back and get Paul Mitchell? What for you is the biggest glaring hole in the ownership of Tottenham Hotspur at the moment?
Well, I mean, I'm not there, neither are you, in the background, but I think Paratici going so soon after Levy, considering that Levy kind of stuck with him, it might have been under the table kind of sticking with him. You know, he couldn't officially keep him on the payroll, you know, because of the ban. But let's be honest, let's not be naive. He obviously probably was still very much in communication with him under the table, probably asked him for advice now and again. Doesn't shock me that Paratici left nearly as soon as he could after Levy. I mean, it was literally the next transfer window, and that was his last after Levy left. So Paratici obviously was Levy's boy. And I am sad to see Paratici go, because I just spoke about not having football in people. And even though Paratici wasn't perfect, it's not like every signing he made was ideal. But I think you have to look at it in comparison to the other kind of director of footballs we've had ever since, like Mitchell and stuff like that. And he's probably been the best of the bunch since Mitchell. So to see him go alongside Levy, I'm not shocked at. But it just means that Lange, I guess, has won the power. The backstage, the kind of, you know, the battle for power. He's obviously won it. Whether or not it was decided via the upper brass, maybe they made their choice, or whether or not it was Paratici just saying, you know what, I'm good. I can't work with this dude. This dude doesn't do my coffee properly. I say to him, I want 2 sugars. He brings me 1 sugar. Can't handle it no more.
Yeah.
We'll never know for sure. But I mean, Paratici didn't even leave for a massive club. I mean, Fiorentina are a decent club. They're in a terrible position, aren't they, in the league? So it's not like he left for this. It's not like he left for this couldn't miss opportunity, or like, oh, well, you know, he just had to go because it was such a great opportunity for him. No, he went probably because Levy goes. So if Levy would still be here, I'm pretty sure Paratici would. So maybe that answers the question. Am I sad Levy's gone? No. But if you're asking me, would I rather have these owners and Lange or Levy and Paratici? God, I'd rather have Paratici, and if that means Levy, then fine. But I mean, I wouldn't really want either. But I'm really disappointed Paratici's left there. I think that's a bit of a blow, and I'll tell you why. Because we heard all those rumors when he came in. He was gonna alter everything. He was gonna alter everything. He was gonna alter all the academy. He was gonna work with all the academy. He was gonna make all these changes in the academy. It was gonna be from grassroots up. He was gonna make all these changes, and then a couple of years down the line, it's all done. It's all gone.
Yeah,
right back to the beginning again. So
it feels to me, guys, that we've gone back to the early 90s. That was my reference at the start of the show, that we're now back we're back under the sugar years. We're back under the guys as like Thomas Franks probably knew Christian Gross. I mean, I know it's probably a big statement to make, or more of a Jerry Francis type football. Dependable. You're not going to go down with him, but he's not going to get you anything. I just feel we've gone so much back, and I feel Daniel Levy built this massive mothership, this massive spaceship. It needs direction. It needs a captain to take it on to the next level. And the Lewis family are not that captain because they can't do it. But I am going to go on to Daniel Levy is looking to sell 30% of his shares of Tottenham Hotspur. There is rumours going around it's been sold to the two people that tried to come in to buy the club in the summer. Levy's wanting 1 billion for his shares. Now, I'm not into corporate shares. I don't understand business that way. I'm just understand football, and that's it. Now, whoever buys the shares do come in, but cannot have anything to say what happens at the football club. But what I do believe, it's a Trojan horse. So probably my question to you two guys is, where do you stand on Daniel Levy selling his shares? And do you also think that it is a sort of a dig at the Lewis family after what they did to him by calling the auditor in to look at all these business dealings at the club? Do you think there's now a war between the two, between Levy and the Lewis family, and it's taken that eye off the ball of running the football club?
Firstly, I do want to say that I don't think there's a clear distinction between the way that Daniel Levy ran Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and the way Enoch, New Enoch, Old Enoch are running Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And the difference is that Binay is clearly basically in charge, and not one of the Enochs, not one of the Lewises. And to be honest, that's the way it should be. The board should not be running the football club. It should be run by a CEO. That we're in a mess, and yeah, Paratici's. Let's not beat around the bush. All of this, Paratici may very well be leaving because some woman wants to go back to Italy. That may very well. I don't know who it is. I can't remember. That may very well be the reason why he wants to go back to Italy. A reason, but I'm absolutely sure that Paratici doesn't want. You saw the video. I'm absolutely sure that Paratici doesn't want to be playing, buddy with Johan Lange. Paratici wants to be the big dog. And quite rightly, bloody so. As Tequila said, Paratici came in and he wanted to sort out the youth system, and he did make a lot of good strides in that, and that under 21 side was in many ways a result of Paratici intervening and stopping the leaking of good players that was going out of our academy. We definitely started getting better players than the Hitchin era. Oh my God, the Hitchin. I think we're still paying for the Hitchin era, if I'm brutally honest. But everything's just going, but it's still going too slowly. In terms of Levy and the Lewises, it was clearly a board coup that they kicked him out. He didn't have a controlling interest, but as the chairman of the board, he had control over Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and they went, Daddy Joe Lewis has left now. We don't want you in charge anymore, and they booted him out. That's what happened, and him now. And so Levy is like, right, that's it. I'm exiting stage left. I'm gonna sell my shares. They've clearly got him at arm's length. They're not giving him anything. The people who come in with their 30%, 20% stake, 20-ish% stake in Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. It will not give them, you're right, it will not give them any kind of control, but it will absolutely give them an insight into the inner workings of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We don't get to see the accounts. They will. They will be on the board. They will have a say on the direction of the club. Absolutely, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would take Dan Ashworth at Spurs, or Marcus Edwards, or Paul Mitchell. You know, any of these DOFs who have gone, Barber, who have gone and built football clubs. That's effectively what they've gone, built. Monchi, you know, who know football people, like Tequila says, football people. So if Levy does sell to a consortium, and the rumours are that he's selling, the rumours are effectively that the price that he's going to get is setting the club at like a £4.5 billion valuation. It's only a good thing. It can only be a good thing because they will be held to account by someone who clearly is interested in ensuring that the club has, you know, some kind of future. And the fact that there's so much money, that Levy's getting so much money, maybe that will encourage a sale to a new owner who would look to take the club in a brighter direction.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but Tequila, look, do you think Daniel Levy's trying to flush out these people that apparently these rumors going around, they don't have the money to back up what they say they have? Do you think it's them he's trying to flush them out?
I'm not sure, Dermo. I mean, I would have thought. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be Daniel Levy. I don't know what it's like to have that kind of money. If I were Daniel Levy, I don't think I'd care anymore. He put a good shift in, made himself very rich, and he's about to become £1 billion more richer if he sells his stuff. So I don't know. Maybe he wants to get some kind of element of revenge. Maybe he feels like his pride or his reputation has kind of been damaged. Maybe if what Rain says is true, and maybe it is, and maybe, you know, he was forcibly kicked out. I mean, that seems to be the rumor going around, that he didn't exactly leave peacefully. So maybe he is. Maybe he's got that. Maybe he'd like that bit of a revenge. But I don't know, Dermo. If I'm him, what's Daniel Levy got to be at with his lifestyle? What's he got to be angry at? That's my point. It's just like, I don't know, but maybe that's coming from my perspective. I'm not Daniel Levy. I don't have like I say, maybe he feels that he wants to get some vengeance. So maybe you're right, mate. But I do agree with Rain on most of what he says, though. It's just like, I am at the point, though, I will say, I'm starting to just not care who the owners are. I'm almost resigning myself. I'm resigning myself to the fact that there isn't any owners who are ever going to care about our club. There isn't. The date, and you said it on one of your other streams the other night, Dermo. There's no Jack Walkers anymore. There's no Spurs. There's no Spurs man out there who's gonna who self-made millionaire. Because that's not even enough anymore. You need to be a self-made billionaire. Self-made millionaire is not enough. There's no self-made billionaire who's a Spurs fan who's going to come and you know, do what Jack Walker did, stuff like that. There isn't. So no matter which owners we get now, it's all going to be these consortiums. It's all going to be people with different opinions. There's always going to be fighting. And I'm just at the point now, maybe it's just so many years of Enoch that I'm starting to just don't think it matters that much. We're going to have these same problems no matter who it is. And just whoever gets it right on, whoever puts in the right infrastructure, right? And that's it. So I'm at the point where I don't think there's right or wrong owners anymore. No, I really don't. Yeah. I really think this is the way that the football's kind of gone and business is kind of gone. And me and you have had so many conversations, Dermo, about do you want it to be from the Middle East? Do you want it to be from Saudis or Qatar, or do you want it to be from American people? I'm at the point, I think, where I just don't care. I think no owner is going to come in and give, I think, what we want. All we really will care about is if they're going to spend the money. And they're only going to do that if there's going to be an investment on their return. they're all going to be the same. Is my point. I don't think there's going to be
Yeah.
a
No,
super owner.
look. Yeah, look, it's also a bit like Chelsea, isn't it? A consultant came in there and everyone laughed at Chelsea. They've become a clown club and but they're more successful with us. I mean, it does make you wonder. The last sort of owner that self-made millionaire was Alan Sugar, who owned us. And he was a Spurs fan. And he said at the start of the window, right, Lewis family, it's over to you. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Simon Jordan said it on more than one occasion on TalkSport. Put your money where your mouth is. They just don't want to put the money where their mouth is. They do not want to back. And I said at the start of the window, you either got to sack Frank or back Frank. You can't have in the middle. You got to do one way or the other. And they're in the middle. They haven't got the colonies to sack him. And I think you're right. If he did win the Champions League, he couldn't sack him. But they sacked Ange after winning the Europa League. So I get you. That I think you're right in saying that as well. But Lewis family don't have the gumption to do it. Don't have the gumption. And I don't think they know what they're doing. They come out with all this BS in the summer. Oh, we're thinking about history. They said it in the, guys, tequila and that. I'm big up on history. You know how much I want statues of Bill Nick put up there, and the stand's been called after famous managers that have been successful. And I just feel they don't care about Tottenham Hotspur anymore. Tottenham Hotspur don't care. They don't care about Tottenham Hotspur.
But Dermo, do you think honestly, right? Try and take your heart out of it a little bit. I know it's difficult for all of us, but do you think there's any owners out there who care about Tottenham Hotspur? They care about making money. They'll care about things for other reasons. If they're going to be from Saudi or from Qatar, then they'll care about trying to improve their image and stuff like that. But caring about the actual club, I'm sorry, I don't see any owners like that. I don't think these owners exist anymore in football. Really caring about the club, really caring about them.
So Tequila, wait. I'm going to answer your ponderings about Levy and about the lifestyle that he leads.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fact is that when people get a certain amount of money, what they then want is just power.
Mm-hmm.
And not only do they want power, but they want to be viewed in a certain way. And there is no way that the way that Enoch have treated, there is no way that somebody like Daniel Levy, when you've seen him on his interviews, I don't know if you ever watched the Cambridge interview, the Overlap interview.
I saw the Overlap one, yeah.
There is no way that a personality like him likes to be humiliated, and as does nobody. So that's the one thing that very rich people, once you get very rich and you get very comfortable, I'm absolutely, you see it all the time. The one thing that they want is respect. And that's the only thing. And I'm very clear that Enoch just used Tottenham Hotspur Football Club as a vehicle for property investment. That's my, everybody who says if they cared about the club, then they'd either put money in it or they'd sell it. I don't think they do. As long as it exists and they can do their property development, I think that's what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
So another owner who is going to get some kind of recognition for creating success, like what's happened at PSG, like what the Qataris did. Like the Abu Dhabi group at City. Those guys are not earning money; they're earning plaudits. They're earning respect.
It's branding, isn't it? I mean, for the City group, it's branding for trying to make their country look a lot better than it actually is. I won't get into politics and stuff, but that's the idea behind it.
Is it more money watering, sport washing? if I can call it like that, in a way, without getting too political.
And I've been saying that I think the most likely purchase. I think the most likely thing that's going to happen at Tottenham Hotspur is ENIC are going to hive off the property arm because that's what they're interested in, and they're going to sell the football operations, because you've got to remember Tottenham's this massive behemoth of a company, right? And they're going to hive off the football operations, which includes the stadium, to people who are interested in that part of the business. Who are interested in that part of the business? In concerts, in boxing, in football, in sports, in that kind of kudos. People in the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean, to answer your question, Tequila, who would I think come in? I mean, the Middle East Rain is one of them. But do you know what? I think that for somebody like Amanda Staveley, I think she would care. I honestly do think she would care. That's just one.
She's just a broker.
I think
she's just a broker.
She's more of the middleman. She's not.
Yeah, she is, but I think she was sort of at the start of Newcastle, so I think she does care. I think the Middle East is one option, but we all seem to forget, we got this partnership with the NFL, so we could get an American owner, or could get an NFL owner. But nobody. You're right, Tequila, and probably Rain as well. You're both right that there's no one out there like a Jack Walker anymore, or like an Alan Sugar, or anyone that.
You get the occasional. There's still ever so. I mean, Knights are just put in there about Abramovich, and he might be the last one. The City,
he probably is.
The guy at Forest is kind of a little bit like that. There is still the occasional multi-billionaire who will do a vanity project, but they're so incredibly rare now. And like I say, Abramovich was one of those, and probably the gentleman at Forest. Did I just call him a gentleman? The guy at Forest. Is probably the closest thing I can think to maybe right now. So you get the occasional one, but is that what we're saying we want then? Like Knights has asked, would you take a Roman Abramovich back? Not back.
I would.
You take him? You would?
I would.
Even with the whole Russia thing going on, Dermo.
Yeah. No, not. Can I just say I'm with Ukraine on that? I'm not a Russia sport. I'm a Ukraine sport. Just to put it out there. So I didn't want to get clipped thinking Dermo's a Russian fan. No, I'm not. I think somebody like that. Somebody, maybe an American that's like that comes here. One thing you say about Abramovich, he cared about Chelsea. He cared about making a legacy at Chelsea.
I don't know if he cared about Chelsea, the club, as Knights has put it. He nearly bought us. He cared about. I think he cared after he was there. I don't think he looked and thought, "Oh, I care so much about Chelsea." It was like he went there, then he started caring. I don't think he cared before he went there. Yes,
he fell in love with the club. I think.
I don't think he did.
He fell in love. He fell in love with success and everything.
That's probably a good right.
I think he fell in love with what he got out of it. Because let's face it, what we now know, right, is that none of the money that was invested in Chelsea was given to Chelsea. It was all loaned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it wasn't invested.
You're spot on.
And actually, what City have done, yes, absolutely, 100%. What they've done is absolutely incredible. What the City Group have done is they've actually invested capital, and yes, they've used it as a sponsorship vehicle. But the freaking Premier League are criticising them for giving City too much, for giving themselves too much money for their sponsorships. We overpaid ourselves on sponsorships. The club, the owners literally gave City money, and yet other organisations like I can't remember the guy who was at Portsmouth who loaned them and then bankrupted them.
The guy here is with Redknapp, you mean?
Yes.
Can't remember his name.
Was he Croatian? Yes.
Yes. Was Croatian or Israeli? I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember him.
What Roman Abramovich did, loans. What they did with Leeds, loans. What City have done, and I was saying this in the early 2010s. What the Glazers have done, they've loaned. They bought the club on loans secured against the club, and then they paid themselves interest. It's absolutely nuts, right? That they've been able to get away with this. But then the City Group come in, they literally give Manchester City money, and everybody's up. And Saudi Arabia want to do the same with Newcastle. They literally want to give Newcastle money, and everybody's upset about it.
But they can't, though, can they?
Why was nobody upset when all of these owners were saddling their clubs and the fans with loans? Why were they not upset with that? Which effectively is what ENIC have done with us. ENIC have put none of their own money in.
There's a lot of that, Rain. It's a lot of that to do with just law. Law always seems to take a long time to catch up with stuff. Is because they just got in so fast? It just took law too long to catch up. And
No,
now they've blocked it all.
No, it's not. It's just the way that rich people work. So rich people protect their own money. So that these people are not giving the club money. The City Group literally they've got 100% shares in the club, and so what they've done is we're just going to give you money and dilute the value of our shares. Our shares were worth £1 yesterday. They're going to be worth 80p today because we've just pumped money into the club. That's what they're doing. They're actually devaluing at the start when they were just pumping money in, devaluing the value of their shares in the club. Why? Because they were banking on that investment of the money going in, taking them off. And it did. And yet other owners, what they do is they don't devalue the value of their shares because they create a double-sided entry. They give the club money, but then the liability is in a loan rather than on equity. Sorry, I'm going to get all financial, right? The liability comes out on a loan, which means that if the club goes under, right, who gets paid first? The tax man. Who gets paid second? That owner who loaned the club money. Whereas what the City Group did is if the club went under, they would lose all their money because it's all in shares. Sorry, Brand. Finance Brand.
Look, and I think also the Premier League, I think to your point, Tequila, the Premier League were probably late to the party on this. And this is why they did change the FFP rules and PSR rules. So a Newcastle couldn't do what a Manchester City did. So the loopholes were caught. The rules were there, but there were so many loopholes within the law that it took the Premier League so many years to get up to speed of what was happening and close the loopholes. And I just want to quickly just divert away from conversation. I want to give our channel sponsor a plug. This show tonight and the shows for the foreseeable future are sponsored by two companies. One is Private Internet Access, the greatest, VPN around. Of course, the description will be in the description below, so do get there. We do have video, but we'll show it next time. But also, our other sponsor, our matchday sponsor, is O'Connor Designs, and we are proudly to show our first bit of merchandise that will be going out for sale in the foreseeable future. So this is it, guys. This is the first one. These t-shirts will be sort of going out. O'Connor Designs will be designing these. This is the sort of design we're going with. And then there's this one here, this is the one I love. It's got our logo on the side. It's got Dominic Solanke doing the scorpion. And it's just Spurs till we die. Look at that. So that's a little bit of merch will be coming your way. Guys, also, if you want to know what good work O'Connor Design's done, I've got a 26-second intro of our political channel. And he's done an intro. So I will go through what I've written out, and then I'll show you the video and let you guys see what good work he does do. O'Connor Design, who are helping creators level up the channels. If you're looking for professional YouTube thumbnails, intro videos, studio backgrounds, or logo design, O'Connor Design specializes in clean custom work made specifically for creators, not generic templates. They offer fair pricing for both established channels and smaller creators with quick turnaround and proper attention to detail. If you want your channel to look more professional, like we do with our intro, more professional, stand out and check out O'Connor Designs. If you mention the promo code THFC TID26, you will get 10% off your first order. O'Connell Designs, the email's in the description below. Guys, this is the video. Just let me get it. It's only I only play a couple of seconds, but this is what his work looks like. It's fantastic. That is the sort of work he does. Tequila, you've used him as well. I think he's one of the best. He is an up and coming business, so it is great to get over there, isn't there, and give him some business and get his business growing, because he does great work, doesn't he?
You and me, Dermo. Obviously we worked with the man on the channel for a good couple of years. He's still a friend of both of ours. I actually worked with him on my gaming channel as well. So I know the kind of quality he does. So yeah, if there's any kind of up and coming YouTubers who want to get some good thumbnails and good videos done, you've seen the work he's done for Dermo's channel. So and he can sing too, can't he, Dermo?
Yeah, he can. It is up on Spotify. The one thing I love about that intro is what everyone following Putin around in the judo outfits. That is quite funny. It's like, we must follow him. It's a bit like the Lewis family starting their meetings. All in the judo outfit.
I'm still getting past that part with Trump dancing. I mean, I never want to see that again.
I love the fact that he's put dirt at the end. Those pictures of them side by side. I love the fact that he's put Dermot in a red Donald Trump tie.
Yeah, I didn't notice that actually. I didn't notice that. I have to watch it again. But yeah, O'Connell Designs. The email for him is in the link to description. Please do get over there. He does some brilliant work. He really does. You can see what he does for our channel, what he can do on the Play Pouch as well. He does it, and he can sing. He really does sing, and all his tunes will be going up. There is going to be an Irish intro, and there is an Irish song as well coming up for the Ireland Games in March. Guys, we're going to finish off now. I just want to quickly talk about the transfer window in a whole, and I think this is the last we're going to talk about it. Me and James did a good 8 hours on deadline day talking everything bar Tottenham. Tequila, look, we know we didn't buy anyone apart from the players who we did buy. Are you surprised we didn't bring back a Mikey Moore? Are you surprised we've loaned out a Dean Scarlett? Where are you on the youngsters that we are going to do a show about youngsters, guys? It was due to be tonight, but because of what came out today and everything, this is why we're talking about. We are going to do another show on the youngsters. Tequila, where are you and the youngsters at Tottenham? Are you surprised that Mikey Moore never come back?
Considering that we got rid of Brennan Johnson and we didn't replace him with anyone, you could have made an argument that he could have come back and filled that void, even though we know that Brendan Johnson wasn't particularly amazing, nor was he particularly a winger. We replaced him with nothing. So we're just flat out weaker. Even if we don't regard Brendan Johnson as much, we're just flat out weaker. So you could have brought him back. Scarlett going to Hibs. He went to, was it Hearts or Hibs?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I think that should spell the end of his career at Spurs, because he should not be going to I'm sorry, at his age and his development, he should not be going to Hibs. I do think that if he was more highly regarded, at least a high-level championship club, if not a lower kind of team Premier League loan. I think for me, if that's where they feel he is at in his development, and that was a good loan for him, the Scottish Premier League, I think for me that convinces me. I already thought this anyway, that he's probably got no future at Tottenham in the long term, I'm afraid. My brain might disagree. I know that he quite likes Dane Scarlett.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
No, I thought you did. Okay.
He does. He does. He does. No, he does. He does. He just doesn't like. But before Rain, before you can start saying how much you love Dean Scarlett and getting the violins out and getting the tissues out as well, that Dean Scarlett's now gone to Scotland. Do you know, he was up there trying to stop this still happening, and he came back and he said, "Dermo," he said, "it ain't gonna happen. It's going. What am I gonna do when I go to Tottenham? There's no Dean Scarlett on the bench. I'm gonna be heartbroken." But before we get to hear Rain and his disappointment in Dean leaving Tottenham, he knows he's never going to forget him trolling me. But this is comeback, mate. This is what it's called, getting my own back. Do you want to rate the window, Tequila? And also, if you could rate the window and describe the window in one word.
Insanity. And the rating is 1 out of 10.
No, you love your 1 out of 10. I know that.
Look, yeah, because I know that a lot of people don't agree with me, but I don't consider Conor Gallagher. That signing doesn't make sense to me. And getting rid of Brendan Johnson for nobody, getting rid of Brendan Johnson for someone else, not a problem. Getting rid of him for nobody, bit confused on that one as well. Don't know about the kid who came from the left back. Apparently he's highly rated. Apparently he's got a dreadful injury record. So we sure do pick him. If you got a bad injury record, the last thing you want to do is come to this medical team. That's all I'll say about that. The last
you
thing
do realise it's full of Brentford people now. We will be renamed Brentford FC next season.
Think about this one, guys. Who was the last left back we signed who had major injury problems? Chap from Fulham. Remember about him? Remember what we ended up calling him?
He's doing quite well at the moment.
Is he doing well now?
He's doing very well.
Probably because he left Spurs and he's got a proper medical team, so he's doing all right now.
So 1 out of 10. Insanity is a great word. That's a good way. I think that's a good one. I'd love to see if Rain can top that. Rain, look, I'll let you go and have your Dean Scarlett loving now, and then rate your window and describe it in one word. And the chat as well. Rate the window and describe it in one word. Get that in. We'd love to know what you people think as well. Rain, the floor's you, my man.
Hibs. I was trying to remember. Hibs sort of rings a bell. Is that not where we sent? What's his face? The young centre back. Name completely escapes me. Dorrington.
Yeah, we did. Actually, yeah, we did.
So does that mean that we're actually building a relationship?
Are you saying they're our feeder club? Are they? You think?
Or no, we just need a relationship. We just need another club where we can trust them. I don't know why they haven't tried to build a good relationship with Leyton Orient just down the road. You know, where we can give them decent 20, 21-year-olds who they then will play, and we do it every year. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just down the road. We seem to have a good relationship with them when we loaned them Donnelly and, oh my God, the goalkeeper's name now escapes me as well. Keeley.
Yeah.
So I was at Aberdeen, not Hibs. Okay, it was Aberdeen. So I'm sure we went to Hibs as well. I'm gonna go and check it in a sec. In terms of the window, again, I'm gonna say they didn't do anything wrong. Getting rid of Brendan Johnson, the right thing to do. Yeah.
Well, for nobody though. Nobody.
But that's another thing, right? So just the act of getting rid of Brendan Johnson and getting 35 million for him, just that, just put that in a little sort of a little round circle.
Brendan alone.
That is fine. Getting Conor Gallagher, that's good. Getting this Brazilian youngster at left back when we have only got one left back, bonkers. And in the interview today, Lang was going on about how long they've been tracking him. He's played 20 games. What are you talking about?
Have they
now?
been tracking him while he's injured? Then did they watch him as he was in the medical place?
The guy's talking out of his backside. They've been, what are you talking about? Were you tracking him when he was in the womb? Is that what you were doing, mate? You were there when you took the ultrasound. I mean,
hang on. What was Tottenham the DNA? Did they give as a sperm donor to have this player develop early on? Like, I could just imagine Tottenham saying to Tequila, right, Tequila, would you go out and watch him in the medical room, make sure he's getting the right medical, and Rain, you go out when he's trying to walk and talk.
Yeah, Dermo, I was there with the mother. I did the ultrasound to see how he was coming along. That's
I don't know. Was Johan Lange there when he was conceived? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have answers to any of these questions. But what
I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
I do know.
I don't want to know.
I do know that is it. When we're in the position we're in, that is a crazy move.
Yeah.
So all of those things are fine, but then yes, Tequila. There's just so much more that they needed to do. It's just like they're inept. There's a phrase called analysis paralysis, and Johan Lange strikes me as somebody who is deep in analysis paralysis. He will be so far up his numbers that he won't see that we are in desperate straits, and we desperately needed them to pull rabbits out of the hat. And those rabbits were not competing with Man City for Semenyo. It was, forgive me, going and getting Lookman, going and getting Akliush, actually getting those deals across the line. One thing that Paratici used to do is he used to get deals done. Since Paratici has not been involved at our football club, we've had the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White. We've had the likes of Eze. We've had the likes. We're like a zombie club in the transfer window. We stumble around and we get a few things and they're right, but we're not getting everything that we needed. So it's dire straits.
It is. So
a score.
Right. Yeah, please.
I'm gonna give him a 3.
Okay, and describe it in one word.
Zombie.
2 good, interesting words.
It's a good song. Cranberries. Good song.
Yeah,
Cranberries. You know how much I love that song, don't you, Tequila?
Yes,
you know how
good
much
song.
I do love that song.
Mm.
And also Bloody Sunday by U2. Yeah, I keep going back to Live Aid in 1985 when U2 were playing Sunday Bloody Sunday. Yeah, I can do an ordinary accent.
The fact
there
that we,
now.
you know what, the fact that we didn't get any loans, that part does baffle me. Because even though I didn't want us to,
yeah.
I didn't want us to spend any money, and I stick by that. But the fact is, we didn't even rush for. I know we were after the guy from Liverpool, right? But we didn't even go for like a loanee left back or a loanee left winger just to get the numbers in, considering that the injuries. We didn't even bother to get even a 6-month loan. We'd have to pay a bit in wages, right? Even if it wasn't even like and I don't mean like a obligation to buy. I mean just a normal loan for 6 months. They haven't got to even be the toppest quality. Just even a steady Eddie would have been better than nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. We were offered Duran on the last day of the window, and we turned it down.
Oh, I do like that word as well. Can I change my word?
Limbo.
Yeah, that works.
I tell you what, next year I'm going to put these words into a poll. But I have to say, I do like insanity. I think that sums up Lang. Yeah. I do like zombie. That sums up the Tottenham board. And limbo, that just sums up the club as a whole, where we are. It's like when you're stuck between going to either a party island or you're going to an old person's island, and you're stuck at the airport and you don't know where to go. I know where I'd be going. Not to the old people's home, but I will say I will say, go on, you finish off, Rain, because what I'm going to say is going to be a little bit lengthy, so I'll let you finish off, bud.
But I don't want you to end the show without us recognising that you're getting some birthday love in the chat for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Happy birthday! He doesn't look bad for nearly 73, does he? He looks half decent. But
You can piss off. I'm not 73. I'm 49 tomorrow. I'm not 73-year-old git. I mean, Tequila knows. Me and Tequila are getting frozen, aren't we, Tequila? We're going to get frozen, aren't we? We're going to come back in 100 years' time and still do this channel in 100 years.
It's going to be like Demolition Man. I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to come back
Yeah.
and find Levy in 100 years' time.
Oh,
knowing the amount of money he'll got, he'll still be alive, and he'll be like his brain will be in jar or something, but he'll still be alive.
Oh, we come back as AIs.
I might already be an AI demo. I haven't got a webcam. I am an
Yeah.
AI, mate.
Yeah. Well, hopefully to end the show, you are going to give us your famous outro. Let's hope you are going to do that for us.
I am going to do Ange one more time, but I'm going to say this now. I've actually softened it on him a little bit. I think that's something that this whole
Is this
year of
breaking
Thomas-
news?
I wouldn't say it's breaking news, but the fact that Thomas Frank has ended up being just as bad, different, but still just as bad, I have to be logical and say, whilst I still don't think Ange was particularly good, that to have two bad seasons like this with two very different types of managers, maybe it wasn't as much as Ange's fault as maybe I thought. That doesn't mean I think he was a good manager, but let's just say that it's kind of proof, really, logically, that the rot goes a lot further than just the manager.
Yeah,
that's the closest I've got. That doesn't mean I like Ange or thought he particularly good. But it means that the
Well,
rot
he
goes
won
a
us a
lot
trophy,
further than just the
no,
manager.
didn't he?
No,
He,
Gemma,
he did win us a trophy.
This sounds like a bombshell. This is as close to a tequila bombshell as I think we're going to get.
I'm just thinking of bringing in. It's a bit like the end of EastEnders when Zoe and Kat were walking. You're not my mother. I am. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I mean. We should have had the EastEnders music for that one. Look,
but this season, they Dermo. The parallels can't be lost on anyone.
No,
the football might be very different, but the parallels done rubbish in the domestic cups, doing crazily well in Europe, and it doesn't really make sense that we are, but are absolute dog crap in the league again.
And
the injuries, the parallels are scary.
Yeah, they are. And we are going to do a video on it, a pre-record on it. It's just around getting around to do it. Tequila's idea. He come up with the idea. So we are going to do a video, a pre-record on it. And really, we're going to ask the question, does Thomas Frank deserve praise for how well he's done in Europe? We finished fourth in the Champions League. We finished with the second best defensive, I think the best defensive record in the Champions League. And have we got a real shot of going all the way to the final? Are we mirroring what we did last year in the Europa League? Have Tottenham Hotspur binned off the league and said, right, let's go? Are they playing the same card again? So we are going to do a pre-record on that, and we'd love you guys to know when you do watch it. Let us know what you think. Look, I just want to add on this to the end, and then I get where the guys are and where you can find them, and of course you can find them here. But we know Tequila's got a gaming channel, so I'd love to give that a plug. And we get that. But you can find Tequila, everyone here on the channel, on shows. Look, I know for many of the younger fans, this may seem a very scary time and a very dark time as being a Tottenham Hotspur supporter. I've seen the worst. I've seen this nearly go out of business. There will be shows on that, on the sugar years. I've seen us win stuff. I've seen this win 3 FA Cups in my lifetime. I've seen this win 2 Europa Leagues. I was 7 when we won our first one. I've seen this do well in Europe in the 80s, watching the likes of Glenn Hoddle passing the ball, making Johan Cruyff look like he was a crap player. I've seen White Hart Lane at its best, and I've seen White Hart Lane at its worst. We're in a dark tunnel at the moment, and we're all frustrated, and we're all scared, and we all want best for our club. I will tell you one thing: the sun will shine on us again. We will see the light. We will rise. The cock will rise from the ashes of what we have now. Tottenham will be successful again. Tottenham will win trophies again. Tottenham will be leagues again. Tottenham will be the best club in the world. We are the best club in the world. We're the number one club in the world. To us, we're number one. I don't care what Arsenal do. I don't care what Chelsea do. I don't care what Man United do. I don't care what Man City do. I don't care what Newcastle does. I care what Tottenham Hotspur does. You can have your history. You can have your 19 titles, Liverpool. You can have your 20-odd titles, Man United. But give me another Bilbao. Who gave us a hope in hell of winning that Europa League? No one. Only Tottenham Hotspur fans believed we can do it. So don't give up on the club. Fight for the club. Fight for its existence. Fight for its liberty. Fight for its freedom. Fight for its identity of what we are and who we are. ENIC doesn't define us. ENIC doesn't tell us how we support our football club. ENIC doesn't tell us how we're supposed to do what we do on game day. Get behind Change for Tottenham. Get behind the protest. Let's save our football club. And let's start it here. Let's start it tonight. We're going to save our football club one way or the other. Let's find our inner Tottenham rebelness that we can fight for what we know is right. We can fight for the soul of this football club. We can fight for the integrity of this football club. We have to fight, and we have to keep doing it, because the moment we give up, the moment we don't fight, the moment we don't strive to get behind the protest, the moment that we give ENIC, say it's okay, our club would die and go forever, and we will never get it back. We have an opportunity in this very moment, at this time, in 2026, to get behind the protest movement, to show the owners who are the real people of the football club. It was fans who built this club, not ENIC. ENIC out, ENIC now. Get behind the protest. Get behind Change for Tottenham. Let's make a noise. Let's make it loud, and let's be proud of who we are and who we support. We're Tottenham Hotspur fans. Let ENIC know at the next home game what you really think of them. And I just want us to save our football club. It needs saving, and we need to save it now. Tequila, I know people can find you here. It's so good to have you back, bud. It really is. It was such a surprise. My WhatsApp hasn't been working on my PC, and my phone was off, so I didn't see your message, but I'm so glad you came in anyway. I've really loved having you back. It's so good. Everyone has. It's really to hear your views again, your Simon Jordan views, and to really give a different perspective on what me and Rain are talking about, and have a different view in it. It's great. Everyone's views are important, and to have you back, bud, it's such a. It fills me with joy to see you back on this where you belong. So I know they can find you here, but do you want to tell people about Play Pouch? Because I know you did your first show in that the other night. So what you got going over there, bud?
Just quickly, I've been pretty ill for the last 5-6 weeks, so I'm trying to recover properly. So I'm not going to be as active as I was before for a while. So it's like baby steps kind of thing. As Dermo says, I did do a stream on my gaming channel, the Play Pouch. You can find me, Com, a couple of the other boys. And obviously I've appeared tonight. I'm not going to say I'm going to appear every night. It's going to be baby steps for me, Dermo. I'll speak to you about it.
Yeah, I know that. That.
And then we'll go from there. But no, thanks for having me back, lads. I've been watching when I could, despite me being ill. I have still been in the chats when I could be. So no, you guys been holding up the fort. Big up to Rain, done a lot of work. Big up to James as well, and of course you, Dermo. And the Arsenal lad you had on the other night, who had a great name. He was quite funny.
Geeks, yeah.
Nick,
he was.
Nick, is that his name? Yeah.
Nick, yeah. Say that Sunday, the North London podcast is back. Episode number 3. Me, Geeks is back on, and Branny's back on again. We all love a bit of Branny. But yeah, do get over to the Play Pouch. Do hit that like. And yes, Tequila, we know it's baby steps, but it's great to have you back. And thank you for looking after the chat as well. You've done a great job looking after the chat for me, and showing the other mods as chief mod how to mod. So well done in you. And I'm glad you gave us that, because I was trying to think how to phrase that in my head. Rain, yes, the somebody actually gave you a Talk Sport name. So we're going to christen you with this. Where is it? It was where was it? It was quite early on.
I can't remember. Yeah,
Jamie O'Hara. There we go. What do you reckon, Tequila? Is he a bit of a Jamie O'Hara?
No, Jamie O'Hara is much dumber than Rain, mate. I mean, just listen to the way he speaks, mate. You know that he's got no brain cells. Come on, he doesn't. You know he doesn't.
No. Who's the better player, actually? Here's a question before we finish. Who was the better player for Tottenham? Jason Cundy or Jamie O'Hara?
Jamie
O'Hara, yeah.
That shadow, I don't even have to think about it.
And Jamie O'Hara still loves Spurs, whereas Cundy just takes every chance he can to have a dig. So
yeah. Do you know what? I still want to ring up that show. I will do it. I will ring up and ask Jason Cundy, why do you hate us so much when he used to play for us? But Rain, where can people find you, bud?
Here.
Straight to the point. He's like the Alex Ferguson of THFC till we die. Here. Not here, there, everywhere. Here.
Yeah, I'm not one of these sort of nomads who, well, I am, because I appear on quite a few other shows, but mainly here.
Yeah. And also, please do get over to Tequila's Play Pouch. Great channel, gaming channel. Yes, I do have a gaming channel, but me and James are now going to start doing more on Double Dumb Gaming. It's just about finding time, because I work on here. It's about finding time getting to do gaming stuff. Well, we are going to do that. And this week, there is a political show coming up with me, Philip Brady, and Rowan, the Irish independent journalist. We are going to talk all things what's happening in the world at the moment. But if anything develops in a certain part of the world with a certain gentleman, we may do an emergency podcast. But do look us up. Dermot and Phillips, I forgot what it's called now.
Yeah, Dermot, you can do emergency broadcast in our emergency bunkers if stuff continue going the way.
Yeah, well, you do know my bunkers. There's a space for you in this bunker here, don't you?
I know. I know. I've already booked the ticket, mate. I just haven't put actually a start date on it.
Yeah. But do you know what? We will be broadcasting, doing channels. We'll be talking to we'll be broadcasting to the cockroaches that are walking around after it happens. But anyway, on that bombshell, we'll leave it there. Listen, guys, not back tomorrow. Thank you all for your birthday wishes. I really appreciate everyone in the chat. I want to say big up to Future Music Sound. Big up to Elspur as well. Big up to Elspur. It's bringing in a bit of Las Vegas on the channel, which I do love. Big up to Giant 68 and everything. Big up to everyone that's been in the chat tonight. I want to say big up to Shawnee. Big up to you, Sean. Great to see you in as always, bud. Who else came in? Big up to Knights of Republic. I haven't seen you for a while, bud. Let me know where we are. We'll meet up for a pint. Big up to Ben Guy as well. And big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to the two Marks as well. Big up, Brian. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, we'll see about getting you guys on the show. We'll see about getting to that. Big up to Knights. But yeah, big up to everyone. Guys, we're going to bounce out of here. I'll see you on Friday. We'll be back with a pre-match build-up. I'm on the United Gender at 9 as well, and also pre-match predicted lineup will be done live this Friday because of the game Saturday half-12. We're going to do a live predicted lineup, so do join us for that. Whatever you're doing, Tequila, do you want to take us out, bud? As you always do.
I'll do it for special occasions because, like I say, I'm going to try and give Ange a little bit of a break. Bless him.
You're going to have to do a Thomas Frank impression.
Not that he needs a break from me. He was. What was the figure we thought Ange got for his time at Forest? Was it like 20,000 something an hour or something? He was paid for his time there. Yeah. So I don't feel that bad.
Working for UEFA now.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Tron. Mrs. Tron saying goodbye too with the snoring.
Bless her. Okay, well, for one of the last times, I might bring it out on special occasion, but for all you Ange people out there, it's just who we are, mate.
I wasn't ready. Can you do it again? Sorry.
Termo, it's just to be our mate.
Talking till I die. Raise the banner.